my name is Kehinde Adegoke, otherwise known as Kenny Crown. I'm a writer, host, speaker, liberation, and intentional lifestyle coach. And you are welcome to Monday Motivation. On this platform, we motivate, inspire you, liberating you from just living into intentional living. And if this is your first time being on this platform, please do not hesitate to like, subscribe, share, follow us, and don't forget to leave your comment because they mean a lot to us. Our book is still very much selling on Amazon. If you do not know, please just head straight to Amazon and type in books by Kehinde Adegoke, and trust me, you can purchase any copy from the books that we have been able to write by grace. So for all of you that you have been purchasing this book, I am so grateful, and I hope that this book has been making a lot of difference in your life. So what are we talking about today? Today we're talking about presence. Presence cannot be overemphasized. I am present every Monday to dish out something that would help you break free from a limited life to a fulfilled life. Being present here is having a voice. Being present here is the willingness to make an impact. Being present here is an opportunity to change something, transform, and impact you, so that when you go in the course of this week, if the only word that you hear from me is the word that you remember, then it should change and transform something for you. What is the definition of presence? I think it's a good way to start. Presence is the state or a fact of existing, occurring, or being present. So when you look at that word, existing means that something is there. Something is actually there. This camera is not just here. Somebody is sitting right in front of that camera. But when we're talking about being present is your impact is being felt. You're not just a space occupier, but you are definitely making a difference. A friend of mine once told me a story that's changed her life and also shared with me, and I am going to be sharing with you as well. At a place of work, she's part of the people that write proposals and they delegate someone to pitch what they've written, and once it's been accepted, they are being awarded the contract. So she's very good at writing and she is eloquent. But this friend of mine is one of the shy people that I know. Whenever you see this, my friend, she's always at the back. She's always taking the back space. But please give her a book, give her a pen. She's gonna write everything down, but willing to pass that on to somebody else to go pitch it up for her. But unfortunate for her, or let me say fortunately for her, on this very day that they were supposed to go out and pitch this in front of the client, they realized the person that was supposed to pitch the proposal has actually rang in sick. And she's the next person who understands what has been written because she wrote it. And now she was forced to go out and pitch what she wrote. At first, she was gripped with fear, but then she was reminded why she was in the company, why she was being paid, and why she had all the incentives that she had. She didn't have a choice. She said she had to go to the bathroom first, just go in there and cry herself for good minutes. And then she remembered that the presence of God is with me. There's nothing that I cannot do, and then she empowered herself with the word of God. Just in 5 minutes, she rushed back. Her feet was still very unsteady on the floor, but she was ready because that's the only way to save her job. And she went there. Immediately, she opened her mouth. The confidence came from nowhere. She pitched the contract and they were awarded this contract. And after then, by the time they got back home, the CEO called for her attention and said, "Where have you been?" She replied, "I have always been here." And the CEO said, "For how long have you been here?" And she said, "Oh, I've been here for 5 years." And she said, "How come I've never noticed you?" Can you imagine? She was there. She was present, but her presence was not felt. Let me tell you something. If your presence is not felt, your absence would never be felt. I'll take that again. If your presence is not felt, your absence will not be felt. What does that mean? It means that there has to be relevance to you being present. It is not just you being in a place just like a picture, where people just walk past and they just see you and you just give that smile. Being present is not being rude or being the loudest in the room. No, but adding value regardless of the table that you found yourself. Remember that first you need to respect everyone on that table as much as you would love to be respected. Then number two is that you need to hear your opinion. They need to hear you. They need to hear your voice. They need to hear the wisdom that you carry. They need to hear the value that you are there to add to them. Because at the end of the day, it is not just about opening your mouth and just saying anything, but it is more about opening your mouth and let wisdom speak through you. That is the only way that you can be present. Relevance is present. So when relevance is present, the person is present. It is important that anywhere we find ourselves, at school, at our place of work, in church, wherever that we found ourselves, let's not be the background person. Yes, let us not be the background person. Even if you choose to be the background person, make sure that you are making a change wherever you are. Make sure that you're making a difference. Make sure that if you're not there, they're going to ask, where is Kehinde? If you're there, you will be able to solve the problem. Let's stop taking things with arms of levity. Whatever you're being given, whatever space that you found yourself, make sure that you make a change. Make sure that you make an effort. Even if it's just for 1 hour you're going to be there, let them know that you were there. Even if it's just 5 minutes, make sure that you're leaving a mark that you're there. But it is very important that you leave positive mark rather than negative marks. There are a lot of people that I have met in my life that I never knew that I was going to meet them again. Recently, I've been meeting a lot of people that I've met, in some places that I thought like, but I don't think we're going to meet again. But all of these people, they still see me. And even if I don't recognize them, they call me, they call my attention and say, oh, you remember? Do you not remember the last time this was what you said, or this was what you did, and all of that? I'm like, oh yeah. Yeah, thank you. It's so good to see you again. And that's how things work. You start seeing people recommend you for stuffs because they know that for the fact that they've been able to spend limited or a long numbers of hours with you, they can see that a change is being birthed. As you go in this week, let your presence be felt. Make sure you're not just adding to the numbers, but make sure that you are adding value. It is important that your value is being felt. Think about it. What has God deposited in me? What are the good things? Whenever you find yourself in a different environment, the first thing is, how can I make a difference here? How can I support? How can I serve? What can I do? All of these things should be the things that goes through your mind. Remember, we are solution provider. We are world changers. We are called to change the world, and the change begins with us. And more importantly, do not forget, as much as you want your presence to be felt wherever you go, do not forget to carry the presence of God wherever you go, because the presence of God makes you important, even in the place that you're supposed to be the least important. The presence of God goes ahead of you, prepare the way for you, give you peace, bring you rest, surround you, and expose you to opportunities. You'll see people look like there is just something so special about this person. It's the presence of God speaking on your behalf. So please do not forget, as much as you're making your presence known anywhere, make sure that the presence of God is with you. Do not go if the presence of God is not going with you, because the presence of God will land you to a safe place. The presence of God in you, around you, upon you, will make the difference in your life as you go in the course of this week. Bye now.